Now, if you're one of those girlies or guys that's like, I am how I am, I'm showing up how I am, and I don't care who likes it and who doesn't, cool. This video is not for you, for real. Do you? But if you are interested in changing your outcome and changing how you show up, this video is for you. And taking some accountability for how you show up, it changes the game. And you know, sometimes the truth hurts. You just gotta get over it. You just gotta get over it. Hey, welcome back for another video. I am Networking Bae, and I'm so happy you're here. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I would hate for you to miss an upload. Let's get right into it. Because when I applied these tips and tricks that I'm about to share with you and just became more approachable, it changed the game for me. I'm not gonna lie, I think I had resting bitch face. Now I don't have it. Being approachable is so underrated. A lot of people are just walking around here just like, my shit don't stink, and it's like they want people to approach them, but they're not giving off that energy. They just don't look approachable. So yeah, if something looks like it bites, are you about to walk up there and like stick your hand out? No. You're networking for your personal and your professional life. Being approachable and being interesting is a huge part of the process. And you don't know what kind of opportunities you are warding off by just simply looking and giving off the energy that you are not approachable and that someone should not approach you and say anything. So these tips that I'm about to give you are actionable tips that you could start using today to become more approachable. First thing, to be more aware of your body language. Body language is loud. And I think so many people, it just goes right over their head. They're not even concerned about it. But if every time you sit down and your arms are crossed and you're either on your phone, who's approaching that? Whether you want to be approached or not. I mean, I know in some situations, you know, you got your headphones in, you're in the back of Uber, you don't necessarily want to be approached. But if you're in a setting where the goal is to be approached, or, you know, that could happen, it just would behoove you to not be approachable. Things like your posture, your eye contact, and smiling. Those three things, your posture, your eye contact, and smiling, can change the game for you. If you're slouched over sitting at the bar, no eye contact to the people around you, and you're not smiling, 10 times out of 10 times, no one's approaching you. Posture, shoulders back, chi-chi's up, chin down. Eye contact, I'm looking at people. And then, okay, so this is the thing. I have a friend who every time someone is looking at her and she catches them looking at her, she gets an attitude. And I told her one day, I said, yeah, they could be mean mugging you, but do you ever think that they're looking at you because they think you're beautiful? They like your outfit? You put all this effort into this outfit. You spend all that time on your makeup, deep condition your hair to get these curls, and you don't like someone looking at you, admiring all the work that you just did. It's kind of crazy. So I used to be that way too. That's why I called her out about it, because I used to be that way too. I used to be like, what you looking at? Now, hi, how you doing? Game changer. Whether you like being stared at or not, you know, no one likes being stared at in a bad way, but you get what I'm saying. You could tell if someone's looking at you like, bitch, or if someone's like, It's like, you got to read the room a little bit and understand that your body language when you receive that is really important. So try it out. The next time you catch someone looking your way, instead of mean mugging them or getting mad or upset or thinking that they are out to get you, flash them a smile. I mean, like a genuine, hi, how you doing? And when I tell you, it even feels better for me. Because now my attitude is not jacked up because I caught you staring at me, but I'm cool. Like, I've smiled. I hope you enjoyed the view. Make sure that your body language when you are either at a networking event, at dinner, out, at a club, at a library, at a bookstore, at a coffee shop, at a grocery store, your body language is important. Now, granted, if you are in a mood where you don't really feel like having nobody talk to you, fuck it. Don't worry about your body language. Another tip to help you be more approachable is active listening. Shut up. It's very, very simple. A lot of people talk too much. Active listening is so important when it comes to building strong connections and building like meaningful connections. Obviously, you don't want to waste your time, but the best way to actively listen is to provide genuine interest and ask questions. Not every time does someone say something, do you have to relate to it and be like, oh, you went here? Well, I went there too with my da-da-da. Oh, you like that food? Well, I like that too, da-da-da. Sometimes you can just ask more questions, actively listen to the person, hear them out. Yes, you want to be relatable and you want to share that common interest, but sometimes doing all that talking and that volleying back and forth, that is draining. It is so, so draining. Another way to actively listen is nodding. Oh, yeah, oh. Even paraphrasing what someone has said. Oh, so you mean to tell me that you da-da-da-da-da and you da-da-da-da-da? That's actively listening, because you're actively hearing what they're saying, you're processing it, so much so that you're able to restate it back to them. Now that, my friends, I've done that on a date, and when I say this man, he was just like, oh, like, I feel heard around you. Yes, baby, I listen. I actively hear you. Now, there's a fine line between letting someone just run the conversation and you can tell a lot from someone. If you're able to actively listen to them, but they aren't actively listening to you, that may not be someone that you want to continue having conversations with, but you want to take note of that early on. Active listening is so, so, so important. I learned a while ago to say less and listen more. Because now when I speak, it's interesting, it's exciting, because I don't say as much in conversation. And when I do speak, it's with confidence, and I don't have to say much, because what I'm saying is straight to the point. Like, I'm not adding all these filler words and rambling and all this type of stuff. You really want to be able to say less and listen more. And that is how you can remain approachable and remain really confident in conversation. It works wonders, I'm trying to tell y'all. Another tip to be more approachable is to master small talk. Look, I get it. Most of us hate small talk. Like, I have this friend of mine and he just despises it. Like, oh my God, he hates it. And I think that a lot of people hate small talk because they just simply don't know how to do it. You probably don't like a lot of things you don't know how to do. Do you like to scuba dive? You know what I mean? Like, no, I don't know how to do that shit. When it comes to small talk, 3 of the main things that you want to keep in mind is breaking the ice, sustaining and engaging conversation, understanding or having like universal topics in your back pocket. So let me explain what I mean. Breaking the ice, entering a conversation, starting a conversation, that just racks their nerves. Starting a conversation from scratch is just like mind-blowing. Now, I have a bunch of conversation starters in my networking guide, so I'm not going to go over a bunch of those now. If you want a video solely about conversation starters, which I also have another guide dedicated solely to conversation starters that's available for download at networkingbay.com. But if you want a YouTube video where I go over some creative ones that I use, which are far from hi, my name is, or hi, how are you doing? Comment down below conversation starters and I will get that video made for you guys. You want to break the ice with a unique conversation starter. For example, when I go to networking events, I talk about the environment. We are both in the same environment. That is a point of like relevancy, and it's relatable to both of us because we're both there. So, hey, have you been to this event before? Or what are you drinking? It's very lighthearted. It's literally like that's why it's called breaking the ice. You're not doing a freaking avalanche where you have to go up and give a speech and a presentation about yourself. You're simply breaking the ice. And so, like I said, I have so many of those that I use. A lot of them are off the dome. I will use compliments and I will talk about the environment that we're in mainly. Those are my top two, but I have way more than that. So like I said, comment down below if you want a video solely about starting a conversation in a non-traditional way. Yeah, so you want to break the ice and you want to have engaging small talk. Actively listening creates engaging small talk. Asking open-ended questions creates engaging small talk. You don't want a bunch of yes or no questions. And you want to be able to like follow up to their answer with something that you can either relate with, another question, or like another like statement, observation. These things are really important, and it helps make the conversation less like awkward. Last but not least, having like universal topics in your back pocket are really important. So the last couple of networking events I've been to are tech related. So I'll bring up a tech topic. You plan on going to Afrotech? Have you been to Afrotech? A universal topic that they would know about that we can now talk about. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get, no, I've never gone, but I wanna go. Oh yeah, I plan on going, and and now you're off to the races with the conversation. So a conversation or a small talk for me would essentially look like this. Hey, have you been here before? No, this is my first time. I saw it on Instagram, and so I figured I might as well go. Okay, nice. Are you already in the tech space? Yeah, I am actually. I'm solely just here to connect. I moved here from Atlanta, Ooh, Atlanta. I was just there for Render ATL. You plan on going to Afrotech or any other tech conferences this year? Absolutely, I'm going to Approachable. Boom. That's a whole conversation, child. And now the small talk is big business. I love it. I love small talk now. You simply just have to do those 3 things. Break the ice in a non-traditional way, have engaging conversation, and have universal topics in your back pocket. Being more approachable means mastering small talk with those 3 tips that I just gave you. Another way to be more approachable is being authentic. Child, is so many people out here trying to be somebody else. Be yourself. It's so cliche. And a lot of people shy away from being authentic because they don't know who they are. You don't know how to tell your story. You don't know what you're passionate about. You can't clearly articulate what you do for a living. Maybe because you don't like it, or you're not doing what you want to do, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying what it is. Those couple of things stop people from being authentic. Maybe you don't like who you are. You know, there's so many different things, but I urge you to figure out those things so that you can show up authentically in these conversations. So yeah, being authentic, it just builds trust. You build like a healthy rapport, and there's ways that you can be authentic in a professional setting where you don't have to, you know, not be professional about it. So another tip to being more approachable is being open to diversity. I can't tell you how many times before I was practicing these things where I was judging a book by a cover. Let's be honest. Covers were made for you to judge the book. That's how I feel. Emphasis on looks and being your best self and being put together and being clean and, you know, all of these things that's essentially your cover. And I'm sorry, but I don't necessarily want to be like judged like for my character by my cover, but in a lot of cases, you read someone's cover to get a gist of who they are. And so when it comes to being open to diversity, when you're being approachable, you don't want to block an opportunity or a blessing based on someone's background, how they look, or anything like that. You want to just be open to it. Now, granted, use your best judgment in these cases because some people don't have shit to offer. And that's just what it is. They may look like they do and they don't. They may look like they don't and they do. So you want to be open to diversity because you never know what opportunities or what connections or relationships can come from people of different backgrounds or different walks of life. Of course, if someone's being annoying or being rude or disrespectful or any of those things, you don't have to be open to continuing talking to them. But just don't block your blessings is basically what I'm saying. All right, so these 5 things will hopefully help you become more approachable this year and every year moving forward. You can use these in a professional setting as well as a personal setting. I hope that they help. So just to review, these 5 tips to become more approachable in 2024 include understanding your body language, practicing active listening, mastering the art of small talk, one of my favorites. I love small talk now. It saves so much time, and practice it. You'll start to like it. Even if you hate it right now, it's just because you don't know what you're doing. It's not because it's not a cool thing. Being authentic and be open to diversity. Practicing these things will help you become more approachable in 2024. Now, I have a bunch more tips in my networking guide. It is dedicated to my fellow introverted extroverts at networkingbae.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now, if you're one of those girlies or guys that's like, I am how I am, I'm showing up how I am, and I don't care who likes it and who doesn't, cool. This video is not for you, for real. Do you? But if you are interested in changing your outcome and changing how you show up, this video is for you. I have more videos coming that'll be for you, because doing the self-work and being more intentional and taking some accountability for how you show up, it changes the game. It changes the entire game. And you'll be happy that you stuck around, did the work. And sometimes the truth hurts. You just gotta get over it. You just gotta get over it. I look forward to connecting and creating. Thank you for watching.